Mitch here. Today I'm doing a video on my Datsun 240Z. My brother isn't here. He's at work, so I'm just going to be doing an overview of my build. Way back in January of, I think, 2017 or something. So I think I was like 16 or 17 years old back then. But yeah, I'm coming up on 3 years this January of having this car and doing this build. But yeah, it's been a very long process of fixing stuff from the previous owner, upgrading, doing turbo stuff. And yeah, just to preface the engine section, I did recently just do a head gasket, which is why everything is apart currently. Intake, exhaust manifolds, all that stuff. It's sitting inside the garage because I was running too high of an oil pressure and my oil restrictor was not small enough, so whole intake system was pretty much flooded with oil, along with my intercooler. Pistons were also flooded with oil. I have a few pictures and I might just slide those in. Alright, so to start off with the engine section, I'm using a L28, which I swapped in here with a N42 head. So N42 block, N42 head. Chances are I'm going to be swapping that out for my F54 and my P90 setup. But yeah, I'm currently running this with a T3, T4, or T04E turbocharger. I think it's like a 50 or 60 some trim. I don't even remember. Godzilla Raceworks intercooler, FC RX7 oil cooler, which I took off my brother's car. Oil cooler adapter, 3-inch downpipe, also welded by me. And then before I forget, I also have my oil catch can and my radiator overflow. And some other small stuff like my ignition setup. Still in the middle of doing wiring, so I'm honestly not worried with how much or how bad it looks right now. But my EDIS ignition control module, so all this stuff is out of Ford V6 ignition system stuff. My ballast for my fuel injectors, since I'm using low impedance with my ECU setup. Alright, so as for all the stuff that I just took off for doing the head gasket, my exhaust manifold with my custom adapter for going from the proprietary design that CarTech has to a T3, my tile wastegate, my Mach 3 boost controller. My intake manifold setup consists of Mark 3 super injectors, Paulnet billet fuel rail, Holley fuel pressure regulator, 240SX throttle body, and my 3-bar, forgot what it's called, pressure sensor thingy, you know what I mean. Also my HKS law valve and some of my intake piping that I removed. As for interior stuff, this mess of wiring is still in the works. I know, and yes, I do know where everything goes. It's pretty simple for me, at least. But I'm using a micro squirt ECU along with harness that was pretty much made by me. All the wiring is ready to go for a dashboard, but I still have yet to actually buy a dashboard. Fuse box custom, because my last one caught on fire. Shout out to OEM Datsun stuff. What else? Relocated battery. Recently did my floor pan for the passenger side only. I haven't done the driver's side yet. As you can see, it's still super rusty. Also did my frame rail on this side. Also, to be included in all that, my 240SX S13 transmission. Nothing really special about that. I bought the transmission with the bell housing already machined, and a drive shaft, and a clutch and flywheel for like $600. It was a while ago, but yeah, there's that. My fuel setup, which I will get to in right a sec. Don't worry about those welds, those were not mine. This was previous owner stuff. 4-point racing harness with some super budget seat. But the nice thing about these is that they are actually retractable. So there's that too. For my fuel setup, I'm just running I think 17-gallon RCI fuel cell with the hyperfuel fuel pump. Welds here are a bit bad. I welded over some rust, but I mean, it's gonna hold regardless. So I didn't really care. But yeah, all this stuff is custom welded. Custom AN lines, my T3 strut bars, front and rear, which I think I forgot to talk about before, but might as well include that now. And then under the car, we have some more semi-custom stuff. Getting into the suspension, we have these Rotoshaco 10s. Pretty hard to find because these are the negative 15 offset ones. 15 by 9 all around, I believe. Other than that, some cheapo JDM fiberglass fender flares. And I'm also running some T3 rear control arms, Subaru Legacy teen coilovers, which I custom redid to work with my setup. And they are using stock knuckles, but I modified the knuckles to work with S13 knuckle adapters. I might just put a picture to show you guys what I mean. But yeah, as for everything else, and yes, I do all my welding work all MIG welded because I'm too broke to afford TIG, and I love TIG a lot more, but oh well. Yeah, that's about it for suspension. The front suspension is literally all stock, and it's honestly not the best in terms of suspension geometry because I just lowered everything, never really adjusted, so all the control arm angles are super off. Included in fuel stuff, I welded off this because I want to make this completely smooth when I do when I finally get around to doing body work, which I will be doing on my own along with my brother. Same with this, gonna be doing Bondo all over that to make it all smooth. And as for this, I did buy a carbon fiber hood not too long ago, I think in October, should be coming sometime in January. I'm gonna see if I can get fiberglass doors, fenders, rear hatch, and all the other stuff as well. And then also my xenon, or however you pronounce it, front bumper, previous owner stuff. And then my headlight buckets, who cares about those? One side is messed up because someone actually hit my car when it was parked at O'Reilly's, but I don't really care because I'm gonna be getting new stuff with all that. So. Are you recording? Yeah.